this graph, candlestick graph, has been explained very clearly. So the topmost point is obviously the highest and the bottommost is the lowest for all these candles. And there's an open and close that depends upon the color. So the red one is bearish, so it goes low, so it opens high but closes low. Whereas the green one is bullish, it rises, so it opens less and closes high. The highest and lowest, that I don't think so is any doubt, right? So it's pretty easy. One can't use an excuse that I don't know this graph. Yeah, you don't really need to know, you just need to comprehend what is given. Now the question asks us that there's a daily share price variability and is defined as a high minus low. Now high minus low, in your mind visualize the highest minus lowest point. Okay, divided by the average of the open and closing. So this box that we see, the average of the box, the total range divided by average of the box, is highest for which of A, C, D, F. So you only need to do for A, C, D, F, A, C, D and F, and that too you need to find which is highest. So let's say A. Now two ways to find the total distance. One is taking the reading 2400 minus 1200, that is 1200 is the range. Let me call it range. The average of this box is going to be the middle of this box, which is 2000. Now the values are also very easy, students. This is 6 by 10, so I'll just write it, or else I would have just found the highest without calculating it exact, but it's so easy values. For C, so see, the other way to find the range is each block is of 200. So this is 200, 200 and 200. So the range is 600 divided by the average is 1000, which again we see is simply 0.6. So the highest could be D or F. So let's go to D. So for D, 200, 400, 600, 800 and 100. So the range is 900. You can even confirm it, 1200 minus 300. Okay, now the average. Look at how I would do the average. If the box was till here, then the average would have been this 800. The box extends by 100 below. So the average will extend by 50 below. So 800 minus 50 is 750. However, what you could have even done is simply, instead of this, you could have taken the values. This is 1000. This here is 500. 1500, average it out, divide by 2, 750. Here also the answer should be obvious. 15 6s are 15 5s are, and 6 by 5 is 1.2. So this looks like a good candidate, at least more than that. So check for F, it is more than this or not. So for F, so this is 200, 400, 600, 800, 800 by 1700. 800 by 1700. So double of 800 is 600. So this will be less than 0.5. So this is the highest one. So my answer is company D, but the option is C. This question also we have daily share price variability. So refer to the previous question if you haven't seen that. We have explained this and a little bit about the graph, though it's very easy to understand. And this question is how many had an SPV greater than 0.5. So the previous question is very relevant here, because that for 4 companies you have already found the SPV. So 1, A, C, D, F. So we need only for 3 more companies, and out of those 4 companies, this is greater than 0.5. This is greater than 0.5, this is greater, and this is less than 0.5, right? So 8 by 16 would have been 0.5, the denominator is more than 16, so the ratio becomes less than 0.5. Okay, so I'm not going to count this. So 3 companies are here and we are left with B, E and G. So let's find for B, E and G. And based upon the previous question, we know that it isn't a very tough one. So for B, the range 200, 400, 600 by the average. So 600, and the average here is a very large value, is more than 1800, or 2000 and 1700, 3700. Half of it is 1850. So this is 1/3 like. So this is definitely less than 0.5. For E, 250, so that's a very small range, divided by average is going to the middle of the box, that is 1200, so this is far less than 0.5. And lastly G, so that is 100, will come to that, 200, 400, 600, 800 and 100, that is a 900, divided by, how did we do the average last time? I prefer it doing this way. Had this been the box, this would have been the average, that is 1400. It is extending 100 above, so the average will extend 50 above, so 1450. Is this more than 0.5 or less? This half of this is 725, so this is more than 0.5, so I would count this also. So 3 companies here and 1 company here. The total number of companies having SPV more than 0.5 is 4 companies. For this question, a new term called daily loss is defined, and the daily loss is opening price minus closing price divided by opening price. So if I just change this, open minus close divide by open, so I'll just change it to 1 minus close by open. So now I'll focus on this close and open. So both these close and open are related to that box. So if I talk of this as a box, and which is open or closed depends upon the upper one or the lower one, depends upon the color of the chart. So let's calculate for A, B, F and G. So for A, the daily loss will be 1 minus A, the close is the bottom, because it's a bullish, it has ended, bearish, it has ended lower, or else there's a legend given, no? In that legend it clearly says for the red one, the lower one is close and this is the open. So shouldn't be very difficult, 18 by 22. And 18 by 22 is 9 by 11. So this is going to be 2 by 11. Okay, then we have another company B. So for B, it's the same way. So it is going to be, this is 17, this is 20. So 17 by 20, which is going to be 3 by 20. Okay, and then we have, so which of this is the highest? We'll check it out later. Between these two, which are highest, if you want to find, you can try it now because this is an easy number. This is also an easy number. So let's do it. Denominator 11. So 9992s are 18. So this is going to be 0.181818 or 18%. Here what is it going to be? 3 by 2. So this is going to be 0.15. So this is higher. So this is not going to be my answer for F. For F, F1 minus. The close is 16, the open is 18, so that is 16 by 18, which is 8 by 9, which is nothing but 1 by 9. 1 by 9 is 11. So that is still the highest. And F, and last company is G. Now for company G, G doesn't have a loss. In G, the close is up. G is a green bar. So even if you want to do it, it's going to turn out to be 17 divided by 12. So this is going to be a negative value. It's not a loss. It's a profit for that matter. This is talking about loss for a share. So this is not a, even if you take the numeric value, this is going to be a negative one. So the highest one is A. Company A, so mark the options correctly. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a few people mark A as the option. The company is A, the option choice is D. In this question, we need to find the percentage gain, like a percentage profit, who bought equal number of bullish shares. Bullish are the green ones. So C, D and G, same number I am purchasing. Okay. And whether I buy them 1 unit or 2 or 10 or 100 doesn't matter, because the percentage gain is going to be the same. But at what price did I buy and sell? I bought them, who bought them at the opening price. So bullish, they go up. So the open is the bottom of the box. So this is the open here, open here. You could take help of the legend if you are not clear about it. And I sold them at the highest. So this is where I sold them. So this is bought, this is where I sold them. So open to sold is the profit that I make. The percentage gain is what I invest. The cost is going to be the bought purchase price, right? So let's see. So the first one, what is the gain? 200, 400, 600. 600 is the gain, and on an investment of 800. But I want to find it for all the 3 shares. So I'll find it in one go. I'll not find for individually separate. Here, remember just from here. So this is 100. 200, 400, 600 and 100. So I made 700 rupees and I invested 500 rupees. So that was a good more than double. Yeah. Okay. And here I invested 1200. So let's put that out. And what did I make out? 200, 200, 400, 600 and 700. So this is my profit, 2000. Let's look at the value, so easy, 14 and 6, 2000. And in fact, if you can just ignore all these, right, you could just, so 12 and 8 is 20 and 25. So this is 4 by 5, 4 by 5 is an 80%. And since I'm directly dealing with profit, the numerator is my profit, not my selling price, right? So this is my profit percentage, 80%.